censorship. It's the reason you can't see certain pictures of characters and why I can't say words like f***. Yeah, how wonderful. Censorship is kinda dumb, but I get it. You don't want kids seeing or hearing certain things before they're a certain age or whatever. Now, Nintendo and edginess go together as well as a peanut butter and mayonnaise sandwich. That's to say, not at all, unless you're a weirdo. Yeah, it's hard to imagine Nintendo needing to censor their games for any reasons, but they actually have a pretty big history of doing so, at least in the early days. Whether understandable or unnecessary, let's take the day to check out some of Nintendo's censorship, and maybe, just maybe, I'll say a bad word. Let's kick things off with Mario Kart. Now, what could possibly be so bad about Mario Kart that they needed to censor? Was there originally a middle finger button where you could flip off your friends who hit you with the blue shell? No, but that's actually a pretty good idea. At the end of Super Mario Kart, if you're in first place, you get to see your characters celebrating and having fun. In the Japanese version of the game, Bowser is shown chugging an entire bottle of champagne. He goes hard. However, when the game was released everywhere else in the world, it was changed to Bowser struggling to open up the bottle. Same with Princess Peach. In the Japanese version, she's chugging the champagne, but she seems to be a little more tipsy, having red cheeks implying that, oh, she's not drunk, you're drunk. However, once again in the international release, she's just flipping the bottle in the air. How careless, that stuff's expensive. Alcohol, I guess, is something that makes sense that Nintendo would want to censor. One of the more famous incidents of this, of course, is in Punch-Out, having the Russian Soda Popinski be changed from his original name, which is Vodka Drunkinski. You know, because he's Russian, and Russians enjoy communism. And our alcoholic adventures don't end yet, because we have Chrono Trigger, a very fun and beloved RPG on the Super Nintendo, full of action, drama, and, well, alcohol. The game had many items referenced to certain kinds of alcohol, but they were eventually changed to sodas and soups. There's even a fun side quest in the game where you have a soup chugging contest. You know, they just keep chugging that soup until they pass out because they're so full. As you can imagine, this was originally an alcohol drinking contest, where Chrono and friends just chug alcohol until they pass out. I mean, this is a fantasy world, maybe the legal drinking age is 17 there. Now let's talk about something fun! Animal abuse! Wait, don't worry, I'm not gonna get too graphic. So in Super Mario World, there are these really cute dolphin creatures called... oh, they're just dolphins. And they're your friends. They jump around, acting as a platform for you, all with a big smile on their face. And the icing on top of that is that they can't even hurt you. But Yoshi can eat them. Man, what the hell's that all about? Like, yeah, okay, Yoshi does pretty much eat everything anyway, but why these sweet little dolphins? This is the second worst thing that Yoshi has ever done apart from his tax evasion. This dolphin eating feature was eventually removed internationally, due to the controversy of mass killings of dolphins that happened in many countries across Asia. So that's kinda depressing. But okay, how about something fun for real this time? Boobies. This is something usually more prominent in RPGs on the Super Nintendo, such as Lufia 2: Rise of the Sinistrals. There's a casino area in the game where the women are dressed in a similar fashion to the Playboy bunnies. However, since it's 16-bit, they look like this. I mean, I guess that's hot to someone. Apparently it was too hot for Nintendo though, because they had to cover up all the women with fancy, elegant dresses. That's not very pop-punk, Nintendo. So yeah, much better now. Final Fantasy is definitely the biggest victim when it comes to what seems like censoring half of the game. Sure, there's plenty of religious imagery that gets changed, like a cross being changed to a tombstone, and the Star of David being turned into a triangle. You didn't even try on that one. But what we really want to see is this. Oh hey, yeah, how you doing? This is Rydia's, I don't know, official artwork, which I guess is inappropriate. You could see her hips and legs. Oh, avert your eyes, children. Because when the game was localized, they covered her up, like, just barely. Final Fantasy VI had a lot of censored sprites as well. Some of them I guess made sense, like the siren not wearing any pants. Okay, I guess I can get that. But then there are some that are just unnecessary, like the Lakshmi. How do you pronounce these names? Anyway, yeah, her 16-bit cleavage is kinda showing, so let's just cover that up. Speaking of hot, to someone, probably. In The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, there's a section of the game where Link needs to retrieve a mermaid's lost necklace. However, this was changed from the Japanese and German version, I guess, where instead, Link needed to find her lost bikini top. Oh my. The game also has hippo boobs. Like, very obvious hippo boobies. Why would you do that? How come you didn't censor this? I don't want to see that. So yeah, let's get away from this and move on to Earthbound. Yeah, a charming and beloved fan favorite, full of pop culture references and weird trippy drug backgrounds. So with how much insanity this game has within it, it's crazy to think that anyone would even bother to take anything out of it. Well, there are a few things. There's a location that the player must visit known as Magicant, a realm created by Ness in which he battles his dark side. When he gets teleported here, in Earthbound, Ness will be wearing his pajamas that he had in the beginning of the game. But in Mother, Ness is, naked. Thank you. The Earthbound censorship also wouldn't stop there. At one point in the game, some random father punishes his kids for coming home late. In the Japanese version of the game, the father takes them off screen and the player would hear the sound of what appears to be the father spanking them, with the kids coming out and saying that their butts hurt. When released in America, however, it was changed to the father now just scolding their kids, and any mention of being spanked is removed. Now, you may have seen censored parts of a game, but how about an entire Nintendo game being censored? Well, that's allegedly what happened with a canceled Super Nintendo game titled Socks the Cat Rocks the Hill. For those of you who don't know, and I don't know why you would, Socks the Cat was the real-life cat of former President Bill and Hillary Clinton, which just already makes for such a charming concept for a game, though. It was an obvious Sonic the Hedgehog ripoff that I don't think anyone was clamoring for. Nintendo of America probably wanted to steer clear, though, of any political stands in a game, with having many former presidents in the game depicted as goofy or even evil caricatures. Now it's time for me to just list off some more pieces of random censorship that I don't really want to write a full segment on. DuckTales, you know, that very controversial series, originally had a cross on the tombstones that was changed to RIP when released in America. The Yellow Devil in Mega Man had its name changed to Rock Monster, which is just so boring. In The Secret of Mana, enemies named Hellhounds were changed to Heckhounds, which I honestly prefer. Nazi imagery is of course not going to be shown on the NES, such as in Bionic Commando, now having an eagle on the flag, and Wolfenstein now having the big baddie be Randolph Schmittler, I guess. And let's just end on the most elementary piece of censorship, Nintendo removing the blood in Mortal Kombat, now having the characters shoot out smoke. No, he'd show up later in the series. Anyway, that was just a little piece of history involving early Nintendo censorship and what it was like back in the day. There's not too much to worry about with Nintendo now, considering they're pretty set in stone on what their first-party developers will be releasing on their consoles. You know, like hentai games now apparently being okay on the Switch, so who knows what we might see from Nintendo in the future. Did I leave out a piece of censorship? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching, and since it's now the end of the video, fuck. Thank you so much, ladies and gents.